quick Zheizhi guide. I'm gonna make it as quick as possible. She is very simple to play. I'm just gonna start off with saying the best teams. Zheizhi is her best team. Her second best team is Zheizhi as main DPS with Sanhua sub DPS. Her third best team is gonna be Ling Yang main DPS and her sub DPS. For the free-to-play players, she is not completely future-proof. She does buff glacial damage and resonance damage, but any glacial units that's attack-based will be better with Sanhua. So she's not completely future-proof. She's not the only sub-DPS for glacial units at the moment, but she is pretty future-proof considering she does work with Zheizhi, which is the best main DPS in the game currently. And obviously she has very cute twintails and a very cute design, and the Tittery's physics are very nice. So let's get into how you play her. It's very easy. You basic attack, stack her forte circuit, and then you press E and hold. And then you ult, and then you swap off. That's everything. Everything you need to know. There's nothing else to know. Very simple. And you can stack your concerto even outside of combat. So if you're doing a hologram or something, if you press E, you get concerto, so you can pre-stack it outside of combat. She does feel very fluid to play, so let's test it. So you're gonna use your basic attack. They are AoE, but the AoE is pretty small. Then you're gonna jump, press E and heavy attack, and then you're gonna get 3 stacks, press E 3 times. And that's basically how you play her. And then you swap off, obviously. And then you do whatever you have on new character. You do the rotation again. Then you press her ult. She does have a coordinated attack, as you can see there. And the coordinated attacks can parry. And they do quite a lot of damage, as you can see. Like, they're putting in work right now. And look for how long those coordinated attacks last for. And that is C0. E, jump, heavy attack. And then E 3 times. Ult. And then swap. Very easy to play. Not much going on. And as I said, they can parry as well. And look how long it lasts. They last way longer than your rotation is probably gonna be. And as you can see, very easy rotation. There isn't really a whole lot to do. You do wanna jump, E, hold attack, because there's less chance for you getting hit, but you can obviously E and hold attack on the ground as well, if you want. And yeah, her damage looks really good. She only has 1100 attack in this trial. She does have a signature weapon. Her echoes isn't level, so her damage is really good. Obviously, her outro skill here does amplify resonance damage and glacial damage, which is why the 3 teams we mentioned earlier. She does have crit rate, which is nice. This is 15 resonance energy. It's nice if you have a ult heavy main DPS that needs their ult a lot, but it's not that big of a deal. This is mostly for her coordinated attacks, or if you main DPSer, it's very nice. Copies are pretty good. I mean, if you're gonna wail, you're gonna wail. You don't really need to know. I mean, I think all of her copies combined is like 90% damage increase. This is really nice for the coordinated attacks, but with how long you saw the coordinated attacks lasting, you're probably not gonna need this at all. You're probably already gonna have full uptime on coordinated attacks if you play correctly. So C2 doesn't really do a whole lot. This is nice if you're main DPSing her. You're getting a bit more extra energy regen and crit. The energy regen doesn't really matter because your ult cooldown is so long, you're probably gonna have max energy regen regardless every time you swap to her. So it's just basically for the crit. Obviously, this one is really nice for sub DPS and who have the same one, and there's other characters that have the same one. It's just a flat attack increase for everybody on the team. When you use Resonance Libration, it's nice. Would I recommend her? For free-to-plays, I do not recommend her, because she's not a main DPS or a healer. We have only been in the game for 2 months currently, and I think no free-to-play player should get a main DPS or should get a sub DPS. Here's the exception. Do you like the character? Get her. Always get the characters that will give you the most enjoyment out of the game. That's always the first rule. Second rule is only pool for main DPSs and sub DPSs until you have 3 teams. I don't have 3 teams, so I'm not pulling for sub DPSs yet. We are most likely getting a healer in 1.3. It is not confirmed, but make sure you have 160 pools for 1.3 just in case. I will say that again. You should make sure you have 160 pools. Unless there's a character you're dying for to get, then get them. I am almost dying to get her, but I'm gonna hold off because I kinda want Camellia as my sub DPS. So yes, I do not have the luxury of getting her as a free-to-play player, but in the future, if she does re-1, I will be getting her because I'm gonna get every character with twintails at some point. That is my goal at least, because, well, I like twintails, so that's all there is to it. And that is basically everything for Zheizhi. Remember, her best team is with Zheizhi. Her second best team is her as main DPS with Sanhua sub DPS. So you can main DPS it, but she isn't an ideal main DPS. And if you have another team that uses Sanhua as a sub DPS, I wouldn't recommend using her as the third team, but you can if you want to for now, until we get more main DPSs. I do not recommend it unless you're a light spender. And her third best team is obviously with Ying Lang. So if you're playing any of those 2 characters, either Ling Yan or Zheizhi, she is a good choice to get. Otherwise, well, if you want to make her a third team, you can, and you can get her. That is up to you. I will probably, for sub DPS, I would probably rate her 8 out of 10 currently. She's really strong. I think Changli is stronger, in my opinion, but she is very good as well. We don't have all the numbers to say who is better, but I have a feeling that Changli on a fusion team is slightly stronger than she is on a glacial team right now. In the future, she might be stronger. If we get a resonance skill user main DPS for glacial, she will definitely be a stronger sub DPS. But we will have to wait and see if that happens. That is gonna be everything. I hope you enjoy 1.2. See you next time.